me and Bam Margera got connected.
All right. No.
And so we were talking on the phone or FaceTiming and this and that. And I was talking to his wife. And we were going to do a social media collaboration. And so the agreement was that I was going to give him a shout out on Mark's channel and on my Instagram and say, like, thanks so much for supporting me. Like, go follow Bam and Nikki. And then Bam and Nikki were supposed to get together with me and film. Like, was showing Bam, like, how our technology works and Nikki. And then they're supposed to put that interview on Bam's Instagram and share Amanda's GoFundMe in, like, his bio. And so we were doing an Instagram collaboration. I went to do I was living in Washington at the time. I flew out to LA, filmed with Mark, posted on my Instagram, went out to San Diego, went to film with Nikki and Bam, and it wasn't the type of footage that I was comfortable using because it would have just been very exploitive to their family. And from that, I could tell he wasn't well, and I wasn't following him on Instagram.
And when was this?
This was a couple months before Amanda died.
Because, okay.
So this was beginning of 2021.
Okay. Because, okay, the thing with Bam is that he just recently did like Steve-O's podcast and he's sort of like proclaiming victory over his addiction and everything. And then it just came out of TMZ like a day or two ago that he's like fully off the wagon out. They got footage of him partying and all this stuff. So he wasn't sober at that time because they said he was in a sober living house or some shit for like a year plus.
Yeah, so like the thing with Bam is like this whole free Bam situation. I don't know how familiar you are with it.
Another lunatic online movement. Isn't that shit crazy?
The same woman that started this.
Really?
Lima killed Amanda. So she said that the post, me saying thank you Bam for supporting me, was that Bam invested in my company, and then I put him in a conservatorship to take the rest of his money.
Right.
And he was never under a conservatorship. And, you know, like I said, I have a lot of mutual friends. I'm friends with the parents. Like, we run in the same circles. So when Amanda had, when we did that, like, Instagram collab that I never used, I didn't talk to them for a little bit. And then I started getting phone calls like, hey, can you help? Can you help with Bam? Can you help with Bam? And, you know, that's like his story to tell. The way that he tells it is pretty funny. But essentially, like, I kept saying, like, no, I'll tell you guys what to do, but I won't get involved. I'll tell you guys what to do, but I won't get involved because Amanda had just passed away. I realized that I was stuck in this debt. I promised Ivan that I was not going to get involved with any more stuff like this because not only am I running a startup and spending 1,000 hours a day running a business, but I'm also dealing with like crisis calls and situations. And I told him I'm going to focus on our family, and I promised him that. And then things just escalated with Bam's situation where, again, like, I'll let him tell the story, but nobody wanted to be his legal guardian because that would require you saying no to him.
Right.
And I was basically just a human shield. So nothing about being the guardian was advantageous to me. It was just I get to be the person that Bam hates when I say no. Like, that's not a good idea.
Right.
You know?
Well, that's what a lot of celebrities need is just somebody to say no because they go out of their way to surround themselves with enablers. When I was talking to Steve-O, he was saying that free Bam movement was like totally counterproductive, that it was totally insane.
It's ruined a lot of things. Like, Bam was originally under a 1-year court order treatment, and then the free Bam movement just like escalated things, and people keep telling him, like, imagine this, right? You go to a treatment center, and so like at the very beginning, Bam and I are fighting all the time, just like when Amanda didn't like me at the beginning because she wanted to go out and do drugs. Like, she didn't want to be in treatment. And so fast forward, like, I would tell Bam all the time, like, you can, you can hate me all you want right now, but eventually we're going to be best friends. And now, like, he always jokes around with me like, oh, you've moved up. You're best friend number 10,000.
Mm.
I'd be like, okay, well, if I need something from you, how are you going to find me in between 10,000 people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like, um, for him, he goes to a treatment center and he's being told by random patients like, oh, did you know that Lima is stealing your money? Oh my God, did you know that the courts are rigged? The doctors are tricking you. You don't need treatment. What do you need treatment for? Like, and then I have to get on the phone with him and be like, look, you need to do this for your son. Like, you need to get your family back. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to do this for your health. So in a private case with a private person, the courts, the doctors, the everybody is saying the same thing. The family, they're all saying like, we want you to get better. We want you to get help. In Bam's situation, he has all of these people trying to save him from me, and they're trying to hurt me by causing him to relapse and sabotage himself. And that doesn't hurt me. It just, of course, like I'm sad for him, but it hurts him. Like, it hurts him, and his son is going to turn 5, and he's going to get to a point where he's going to realize his dad's not there. And, you know, his relationship with Nikki is shaky because like they need to work things out, and he needs to take his recovery seriously, and he's trying his best. Like, he really, really is. He really, it's just a really sad situation with all of the confusion that's going on. And like, I feel for Nikki, and I feel for Bam, and I feel for his parents, and it's sad.
It's crazy because when I was watching him on Steve-O's podcast, he's talking about his addiction as if it's like it's over. Like, I'm good now. I realized I just can't drink. And Steve-O is kind of like, Steve-O is somebody who I think has the right attitude on his addiction, where he is actually terrified of relapsing, and he lives his life as if he wants to avoid things that are going to tempt him. He wants to avoid potential triggers and stuff. When he walked into our studio and his manager smells weed right away, and he kind of like just pulls us aside right away. He's like, we don't want anybody smoking weed around him, yada, yada. You know, it's like he really like goes out of his way, and he acknowledges that he has this beast inside of him. And with Bam, it was just like immediately trying to act like it was like nothing, and that this was just a thing in the past. I'm like, bro, you haven't even been sober for that long.
You have to understand that like Bam's getting mixed signals because he's not really getting to do like straight up therapy and get all the information from everyone, because he has like so many yes people around him, which are just like fans and other patients that are like telling him, you don't need to do this. You don't have a problem. Oh my God, you're Bam. You're like a skateboard champion and a celebrity and whatever, like, you know, and it's just like, and this is unrelated to Bam, but just in general, when you have somebody that's been put on a pedestal, like a celebrity, there's another layer, because you get all this validation from people, and then you become addicted to the validation that you get, like the attention and people coming up to you as fans. And it's like, you know, people just need to be more respectful about the fact that you're talking about somebody's health, you're talking about somebody's family, and you're talking about things that you don't know, because there's a lot of things that these people don't know. The guardianship was separate from the court order. It's none of anybody's business why the court order happened. It's up to Bam to share that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like another level of enabling for him, you know, just like the public saying like, you don't need to get help. You don't, like, everybody's tricking you. There's a giant conspiracy. Oh, here's something. That woman posted videos of April talking to the police about an incident that happened where she was, I can't remember exactly, but, you know, those patients were showing him the videos and saying, don't trust your parents, this and that. And it's like April literally showing genuine concern for her son and being really emotional. And it's, again, nobody knows what happened in that situation. And they're literally taking police body cam footage and blasting it out and making a conspiracy or like a story behind it.
It's really sick.
It's very sick, and it's really sad to watch a family get torn apart. And people watched Phil and April on, you know, Jackass. Like they've grown up with them, so maybe they feel like entitled to just being a part of the process.
Unfold, yeah.
But you know, you need to like treat these people like real human beings and like I don't know. It's like I've dealt with some really challenging cases, but in Bam's situation, his mental health and his like case is not as severe as some of the other people, like Amanda's situation.
Mm-hmm.
But the toxic thing is like the Free Bam movement and this following of people that's like determined to get their way. And they have no insight. They don't have any medical records of his. They don't have any insight.
And what is the end result? Is that like somebody is making a living off YouTube as a result of just making these bullshit fucking videos. It's really crazy, man. Like learning about all this has maybe decreased my confidence in humanity overall, I would say.
Me too.
Certainly in the Soft White Underbelly audience.
Me too.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. We appreciate y'all.